And we are live. Welcome, everybody, back to the 3Fifs podcast. I'm, as always, your semi-quasi sort of host, Eric Price. And joining us once again today, we have the alliterative Miss Ash Adwell.
Oh, let's do it 2016.
She gives the people what they want, Miss Breon LaFall.
Hello.
And you know him, you love him, the real Black Spider-Man, a.k.a. Mr. Watch Out for That Fan, a.k.a. Mr. Still Funny, a.k.a. Mr. He Liked It So He Put a Ring on It, Justin L. Jones.
Yo, how's it going?
I gotta get a better nickname. It's just terrible.
I mean
we could think of one.
Oh, please, some of these niggas think of one.
D-Town's finest.
Better.
The Dougie.
What?
What about that? What does that mean? What does that mean, Kobe?
No one knows what it means.
Housewag.
What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
I think we have Breon's new nickname, the Kobe Bryant Whisperer.
I mean, y'all to quit. I mean, y'all to stop.
That's great. Oh, actually, while we have a moment here before we actually get into the show, I need to talk to Justin for a second.
Oh, Jesus.
Justin, what's up with you and your girl? 1 minute she's appearing on stage with Justin Bieber. The next, her dad is saying stuff about you know, giving her the D because that's what you're born and raised in. The next, you broke it up.
Hilarious.
And I'm really, really growing concerned about what's happening here. So what's going on, man?
Is this an intervention?
All right.
Why? How did I get the nickname Big Sean? Like, how did that happen?
Because you have like one profile picture where you look like him, and you really look like him.
He's slick, dude, though.
Damn.
You look a little bit like Big Sean.
So there you go. That's where that came from. Yo, I don't know how you respond to that. Like, what? Maybe you should just not date high schoolers. But no, Ariana Grande is like 21, right?
Yeah,
she's an adult. That's the messed up part. Like, her dad was like, "No, you don't say that about my daughter," and then they broke up. Like,
I thought, but the rumors they have been rumors they broke up before. My dad talked about her getting to Detroit.
Look, Ariana Grande, she's cool. She has some dope songs. I will always think she's 12. She looks 12. Like, she is in permanent Nickelodeon kid star age.
And I hate to feel this way, but I get weirded out by dudes who just act like swear up and down she's sexy. I'm like,
yo, I
had a friend like that in high school. She looked 12, like the whole time was in high school and college, and it used dudes that actually will walk up to her. She's like, "You're a pedophile because I look 12 and I know it."
That's what you have to do. I feel like you have to call these dudes out. Like, if you know you don't look of age and dudes approach you like, "Oh, you look so petite." No. Stranger danger.
You are a child. You, sir, are a chimo.
Like, seriously, like, she did look 12, though. Like, she does look 12.
I feel like that's how we stop tigers from entering this world and maturing and evolving into full-blown R. Kellys.
R. Kellys. See, that I knew right where you were going with that. Is the saddest
We're in
part of
sync.
all.
We're in sync.
Yes.
But no, seriously.
Y'all just took that to the worst place ever.
No, I'm serious. That's how you stop tigers and R. Kellys from entering this world? You stop them at this phase. Because I feel like it's phases that you go into. You don't just wake up one day and be like, you know what? I want a 13-year-old. First you say, well, maybe if she looks young and she makes me feel young. No, stop.
I don't even know if that's how that starts. I feel like that's not how that starts.
We don't know that it's not how it starts.
And that's the important part. We don't know. We simply don't know.
The problem with the face I made just then is that I've learned that Google watches me, and then it picks the worst possible face I make, and then that becomes the little screenshot icon thing on these videos. Every single time I make a weird face or do a hand motion, those are the choices. Hey, do you want this to be the thing for the video? No. No, I don't, Google. You're a son of a bitch.
Now, let's not get mad at our new platform.
Our new overlords.
Our new overlords?
Let's be nice.
Yes, the latest overlords.
The latest ones.
Let's be sweet.
But yeah, we're back. I was tinkering. So what's been gaining a lot of chatter, a lot of talk, a lot of jokes, because it's pretty damn funny. Michael Eric Dyson wrote a 10,000 word a 10,000 word
Takedown.
I don't even want to call it a takedown, because the more I read it, the more it just sounds hurt. He's hurt. He wrote a 10,000 word Marvin's Room letter to Cornell West. That's
Not
what it was.
Marvin's Room. We
That's
do
what it
not
was.
resurrect Marvin's Room.
He felt like he
just
lost
hurt.
a long-time friend.
Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, you could have called him, but we're gonna get these jokes off. Like, so we saw that, and then the idea was formed that, well, maybe we should just get all of these black intellectuals and activists and like some sort of tournament
We use these
style
terms loosely.
bracket.
We use these terms loosely, y'all.
Yeah. So you guys can expect that on the site 3FifsPod.com.
3FifsPodcast.com.
3FifsPodcast.com. The bracket will be up. I tried to be ambitious with 64, and I think we almost got there, but I don't want filler, so we'll see. There's some pretty good matchups in there, though. Like, I think you guys are going to be pleased when you actually see the final product. It's Tiff and I put a lot of time into this, and everyone else, and it's so good. Oh, it's so good. But no, man, it's a lot of hurt in this letter. Like, it's a lot of what happened to the man I used to know. What happened to
But you didn't have to cut me off.
yo?
That is what this letter is.
Make up like it never happened and that we want nothing. He don't need his love. He don't need his love.
Like, and at one point in the letter, he starts going in on his writing ability. He's like, for a scholar, his writing sucks. I'm like, wait, what? That has nothing to do with your original point. What is this? Now
When you get hurt, you just start lashing out at whatever. Like, you just like, I don't like your hair. I don't like how you wear your shoes. Like, whatever.
Your mama booty stank.
Like, cause that's how you know it's been in for a long time. Cause if you got 10,000 words for anybody, you've been holding a whole lot of stuff in.
Nigga, that's an ebook.
I don't think I have 10,000 words for anybody in this world. Nope. Nope.
Like, he starts bringing up random stuff. Like, remember when you were in the Matrix? I'm like, wait, what does that have to do with anything?
Nigga, you scruffed my J's in 2005 and we're gonna talk about it. Like,
No, and I feel like that's what this is. This is just a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of, well, you know.
Like Eric Dyson-ness.
But you know, of all the things he wrote on, he never asked, why does he wear that scarf all the time?
Questions that need answers.
No. What?
'Cause that's
that
where-
is the one question I would like an answer to.
Because Voldemort hides in his esophagus.
No,
Duh.
he's in California. I know it's hot. I mean, I know he's older and older people get cold easy, but he ain't been old enough for that scarf as long as he's been wearing it. And that's the one thing he didn't address. I would love for him to at least do a little, he had 10,000 words already. Another couple sentences.
But that scarf
I
don't
just want to
know.
know. I just want to know what the scarf is for.
And, bruh, the think pieces. People have wrote think pieces upon think pieces about this shit.
Like, yo,
Bruh,
don't get these jokes off. Like, yes,
I'm gonna laugh.
Michael Eric Dyson is verbose, and he's kind of a hypocrite, and this reads like a teenage girl's breakup letter. It's still funny, and you're not going to steal my joy today. Not today, Satan. You're not going to steal my joy. Because I was laughing
Think
at this,
pieces,
great.
though.
and I will continue to laugh at. Hold up. How does he close the letter? He closes the letter.
You are pulling up a letter.
West's
We ain't doing a breakdown
narcissism,
of this long ass.
West's narcissism in this matter is not exemplified by his sense of being jilted, but in the way he has personalized his grief.
Lord have mercy.
What the fuck do you think you just did?
Nigga, he ain't writing 10,000 words about you, my nigga.
And the longer West has nursed his resentment, the more he has revealed parts of himself that he may not understand or be able to explain. Since political disappointment in a politician's behavior rarely provokes such torrents of passion, such protracted, dastardly, and sadly self-destructive hate. I guess? But hey, again, it's funny, and I'm still gonna laugh. And like, what I'm really waiting on, I'm waiting on Cornel West to respond, because you know it's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
I'm just waiting on the response.
I feel like no response would be, never explain. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, but these are two petty people. We know Cornel West is petty. He's holding a grudge against the president because the president did not return a phone call. Like, let's never forget that. The reason why Cornel West has beef with Obama is because Obama didn't return his phone call. And like the Twitter honey he is,
no,
he held on to that hurt.
You didn't call him a Twitter honey. Stop.
He held on to that hurt and ran from that man that didn't return his phone calls to the next man with open arms. And that's why he and Tavis Smiley have these little poverty pimp tours.
Fuck him and Tavis Smiley for that
poverty pimp tours. What is a poverty pimp tour, Justin?
Girl, they had a bus.
Oh, I'm sorry. The poverty pimping bus. Where they say, wow, look at all these poor people. Being poor in Black America sure is a problem. By the way, have you signed up for these Wells Fargo loans? I hear their rates are great.
Now give us money.
Yeah.
But seriously, what people don't realize, Black activists, intellectuals, conscious niggas, they sensitive as hell and fight over petty shit all the fucking time. Yeah. That is basically what created Black feminist Twitter, is a bunch of petty infighting. That is what Tumblr is built on, a bunch of petty ass infighting.
How do you fight someone on Tumblr? Like, I feel like that's a hard
Tumblr.
I've seen it. I see it all the time.
Do people even
niggas take this shit?
Tumblr?
Tumblr's like the most popular blogging platform going right now.
Yeah, social justice.
All the kids use Tumblr.
Tumblr made a decision, what was it, back in 2011, when they sort of changed how different sites interact with them. You can basically link your Tumblr to all your different blogs and have Tumblr be your blogging hub. And they exploded from that. Like, it wasn't just a spot to get your cute Sailor Moon gifts anymore. Now you can write a think piece on Steven Universe with your Garnet gifts, have it linked back directly to the Steven Universe site. Like, it's brilliant.
And he's not exaggerating.
Oh, I'm not on the Tumblrs. I'm barely on the Instagram. So I'm extra late. I just got on Instagram.
Where do you think I have my gift library? Like, my gift library I have
that's where
on my
I get
desktop
mine too.
comes from Tumblr.
Oh, from Tumblr.
Mine too. Like, people will always wonder, actually, these gifts. Nah, nigga, Tumblr though. All you gotta do is search in that little tag bar. You can get a gift for anything.
You really can.
Anything.
Note to self.
Anything.
So
it's a phenomenon.
Yeah, so there's really only one way this whole Michael Eric Dyson Cornel West thing can end, and I feel like this is the perfect solution. The way they squash this, Tavis Smiley has to have them both on his show. And he has to say,
yes.
No, it can't be Tavis. Ayana has to
we are not having Ayana
fix their lives.
We will not. I will not condone this fuckery, and she needs to go on the blacket.
Is Ayana on the blacket?
She is not on the blacket, but she needs to be on the blacket.
Yeah, she needs to be on the blacket.
Put her ass on the blacket.
I love watching Ayana fix people's lives in an hour. I love it.
Does she really fix their lives, though?
No, but...
She went to Karuchi's house. I still haven't watched that, and I need to do something.
I haven't watched...
She went to Carrot Cake's house.
I haven't watched her yet.
So, Karuchi is tiny. She was she was at Broccoli City last year, and I didn't realize who it was. And one of my friends was like, yo, that's Karuchi. And I'm like, wow, I could literally put her in my pocket. She's tiny.
Well, Justin, you are like 8 feet tall, too, so...
That also might be the case. But
I'm just saying, though.
Anyways, like I feel like so she's the one that fixed Karuchi's life. Isn't she trying to get back with Chris Brown? I feel like she failed in that regard. Then.
Yeah. Like Amber Rose, I think, said she should because she took
Wiz Khalifa back.
who was that? Wiz Khalifa back.
They got back together.
So
Yeah.
I thought she
That's
just.
what I
I
heard.
thought she just Instagram simped. I ain't heard nothing about them being together.
No, I heard
thought
that
she
was
was
supposed to be
getting back
giving them a
together
second
with
chance.
him or something, and so
Hey,
he was telling Kakarot
Ross
Champ
Ray.
to do the same.
Wiz Khalifa followed Kobe Bryant's advice. Kobe Bryant told you how to get your wife back. Like Kobe Bryant gave you a simple 3-step plan on how to get your wife back after you have publicly embarrassed her, normally through cheating. Step 1, find an excuse to come back in town. Use your kids as that excuse.
Stop. That won't
Step 2,
his.
hang out with said kids all night. Wait until it gets late and you have tucked the kids in bed. Step 3, well, honey, it's late and, you know, I really don't feel comfortable driving right now. I could just sleep on the couch or in the guest room. It's okay. Congratulations. You have followed the Kobe Bryant system of getting your wife back, because that's how he got Vanessa back. After that. After
got
that,
the last step. Step
Slide
4,
back in.
put your dick on her leg.
No, that's only after she
that's
invites.
aggressive. That seems aggressive for where we're at. You gotta just make your presence known often. Try to have fun with her and the kids together. Remember how fun this used to be. Remember how much fun we used to have. It could be like this again.
Remember the good times? And then
Before I
you just
cheated
go,
on you with a prostitute?
yeah, and then you just go, hey,
Before you
you
gotta
know
go
it's
to
late.
Gotta be hitting old
driving
Dusty
up.
Grill.
I'll just sleep on the couch. It's fine.
You know
And-
you lost.
and then
though
you
if she
wait.
says, oh, I'll call you a cab.
Or
But she
Uber.
won't.
That's what I
If you
would do.
follow steps 1 and 2, she'll say,
Let me call you a
Well,
cab.
You don't have to sleep in the guest room.
and there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the
You
Kobe Bryant
don't
system of
speak.
getting your wife back.
You just you look her in the eyes and you go, I'll just go sleep in the guest room. And you look in her eyes and you don't speak. You wait for her to talk. If you have any type of puppy dog eye look, you give it then. And look sadder and more watery-eyed than Kerry Washington when she needs just the saddest, most watery-eyed you can look. Like, I mean, I guess I can sleep in the guest room. I just don't feel safe driving. And you wait. You wait her out.
That
How
only
long
works
do you wait?
after some time passes, because otherwise she's gonna be like, I've seen you drive after taking a bender at a bar at 3 a.m.
And you have told me every time that it's a horrible idea. I'm listening.
I'm listening.
I see y'all or not. Y'all
I've
seen
grown.
through this method.
See, I feel like that only. See, I'm a Scorpio. That ain't gonna work on me.
It worked for Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant had no prenup in California after, 10 years of marriage? That means a half automatically. You don't get a choice. You can't negotiate. You can't work it down. Kobe Bryant had to find a way to get his wife back.
And he did. Keep in mind,
It
Kobe
says,
Bryant.
I'm going to be out. I'm going to be out a whole bunch of money. Millions of dollars. This is the multi-million-dollar method.
Well, that is an expensive affair you had. You should have thought of that sooner.
Kobe Bryant
And he
is
had to
on
buy that
court
ring.
record. There is a court document that has Kobe
Well,
Bryant
him
quoted
accused
as
of rape.
saying, no, not just that, quoted as saying, I mean, I came on her face. It's what I do. It's my thing.
Lord, why we keep having to bring this up though?
What does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
That is true.
That is on a court record.
What?
He got his wife back. There's hope for you yet. There's hope for Wiz Khalifa.
I mean, see, here's the thing. You can't. The thing about cheating and celebrities, you cannot embarrass the woman to the point of no return. Tiger Woods, too much embarrassment. You did
I
too
feel
much.
like having a court record saying you come on prostitutes' faces because that's your thing and it's what you do. I feel like that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, that's why he had to work really hard. Usually, you ain't heard a peep out of Kobe Bryant since then. You ain't heard not a peep, not a word. You don't see him out nowhere. I barely see him on a basketball court. He ain't never nowhere.
Well, he keeps getting injured too. That'll help.
Well, he's getting.
I'm about to
He
say
can't stay on a basketball court.
I gotta say though,
older,
my favorite Kobe moment of the year when the Lakers celebrated that win. It was like their 10th win or whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, we won." And Kobe Bryant's face is just
kind of like Jay-Z when Dame Dash and all the niggas was swarming around him. Just
no. What I have to find that picture. It's Jay-Z in the studio with Young Guns, and they're like, "Yeah, this shit's hot," and it just zooms in on Jay-Z, and he's just like, "No, this is terrible. Oh God, this sucks." No.
Speaking of Jay-Z, y'all didn't go download Tidal?
No.
Bruh.
No one downloaded Tidal.
Why am I going to pay $20 for something that Google offers for half the price?
Or Spotify.
No. I can tell you how you get people to pay twice as much. The problem is they did it wrong. First off, prestige pricing has never hurt any product. See Michael Kors handbags. See literally all fashion design is really just prestige pricing. It is, I can shove this in your face because I spent more money on it than you did, even though the knockoff is no different and possibly better construction. So prestige pricing wasn't the problem. Their problems were lack of features. You can't cost more and do less. You have to at least do an equal amount. You couldn't download and save songs to your phone with Tidal. It didn't start showing you artists that matched your interest when you signed into it. Like, if you sign into Tidal the first time you do, the second time after you look up a bunch of songs, it doesn't show you new artists on the homepage that match your interests. Like things like that, where it lacked the features that you get with like Spotify or something like that.
Right.
Also, the way they sold it. They sold it to you as, look, Madonna and Kanye West, who are already rich, will now get the money they deserve from you by you downloading Tidal and paying us a bunch of money. That's a terrible selling point. No one's signing up for that because literally all of your music at this point is about how rich you are. You're not going to sell us on make me more rich. But what Tidal also does that they don't talk nearly as much about is it is one of the lowest bars you have to clear for an unsigned artist to reach at least minimum wage off of their music. I want to say for Tidal it might be something, it's less than like 20,000 listens a month, I think. If it's more, then it's like not 22,000. And so if you're an unsigned artist, Tidal pays you the most royalties per listen. That is the selling point. Your selling point is not you'll make Jay-Z rich. It's, hey, that band you really like that you introduced your friends to that you like to tweet about, now if you sign up for Tidal, then by you listening to them and your friends listening to them, you can help support their music. And they can actually not have to work 3 jobs and only work 1 or 2 in order to continue making the music you like so much. That is the selling point of Tidal, that you're paying more so that you can support unsigned artists who you really like, because Tidal does that too. But they didn't sell it that way. They sold it as, let's get as many rich, famous people on a stage as we can and tell you how they'll become more rich by you buying this. That's not how you sell this. You sell it as the prestige platform that people who really care about music use. If you really cared about unsigned artists, if you cared about the real music that's being made, you would have Tidal. But no, you're just a Spotify using poser.
But I say basically you hipsterize it. You hipsterize it. Hipsterize it.
Yes, go hipster. Yes. Full hipster. You know why? Because hipsters have money.
Balls hipster.
Hipsters made Toms a thing, and you know how I feel about those shoes.
No, you
Maria,
didn't.
I heard the passion in your voice.
I hate them with the power of 1,000 suns. And yes, it's like, oh, if you
And
buy
they're
these,
ugly.
and they're gonna donate shoes to children in the Philippines or something. Look, those shoes look like Ace bandages, and I'm all for donating money to the children. But could the shoe not look like burlap that you wrapped around your foot yourself? In order to do that, like, can we get something else that don't look like you was in the burn unit from the ankle down?
Hipsters love those fucking shoes.
I know.
PBR. They love PBR.
And that look,
I don't think they love PBR. I think they
Well, they
just
like for
drink it
you to
because
think
everyone
they love
hates
it.
it. Which is
That's
a
the
different
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a beer guy, but even I know PBR is trash. Like, it's absolute trash.
No. The only people who love PBR are alcoholics and whoever owns Pabst Blue Ribbon. And yes, I feel completely fine making a definitive statement like that. I am a beer drinker. No one loves PBR unless they're an alcoholic. Or the
It's actually
Pabst
true.
family, or whoever owns it.
It's true. Eric is a beer connoisseur. Like, he doesn't drink the American Miller Lite crap. Like, actual
He's a beer snob.
beers.
Yes, he is.
Well, it's still American. It's just, locally brewed.
Craft.
So it's
I
hipster beer.
support local business, unlike you posers. See, this is the title selling point. I know these people.
That's my point.
Jay-Z,
They should
call me,
hire
give me money.
Actually, this is brilliant.
We can float this. We can turn this shit
Jay-Z.
around.
Jay-Z, we got you though.
Call him.
Fifs is your PR.
Yes, you called all of
We are
the
your
people who
PR
subscribe to Tidal, so after those 20 phone calls, hit me up. That may not help my case.
That's
That
not.
may not.
That's not how we get.
But your business model is sound. It is one that
It
works.
is.
And we have seen it work. Like, just you saying that, I'm like, I could support the artist that I actually enjoy listening to. I could do this.
All that indie pop stuff, they'd eat it up.
Yeah.
Yo, and Black Twitter would love it because all the Black Twitter indie favorites, your Rochelle Jordans, your Alex
FKA
Ivies, your FKA Twigs, they'd all get
Everybody on Afropunk ever.
Yeah, basically. I still can't get into FKA Twigs. I'm sorry.
I feel like FKA Twigs, she's kind of like Tyler the Creator. Not in the sense that they make the same music, but it's one of those, if you're not into her, you're never going to be into her. And don't just stop trying.
Yeah, and it's like I like her aesthetic and all that good stuff, but it's like the music. I'm like, I'm too nigga for this.
Yeah, and you know what? That's fine. You have options. You have a breadth of options to choose from.
I'm like, I'm too nigga for this.
You don't have to be boxed into the FKA Twigs just because she's the new black hipster thing to be into.
Right. I'm like, and that's who's in. Look.
I know. I travel these circles. I'm going
Me
to.
too. That's why I'm like.
I'm going to like the biggest black hipster festival this weekend in DC with Erykah Badu. Yes, I'm bragging right now.
I don't care though.
I'm not
Yes,
hating.
black hipsters love.
I'm not hating. I'm in Dallas. I can see Erykah Badu all the time.
You could go to the
She's
Wegmans
walking down the
and see.
street right now, shooting another video. Throw a rock and hit her.
Because she owns a theater down here, so
Oh, nice.
she kept one of the vintage theaters alive down here, and like love her for that. Her band plays like around town when they're not on tour, so I feel like I can be a hipster here.
No. I just thought about FKA Twigs is basically becoming the new Janelle Monáe.
But see, I feel like with
Think about
with Janelle Monáe, a lot of people attach politics to her that if you listen to her music weren't actually there. Like, they tried to make her out to be this respectable. Oh, she's so classy. She's so
Just because she
respectable.
wears suits all the time.
She's
Right.
the anti-Beyonce, and I'm like, if you listen to her music,
Right.
probably has more in common with Beyonce than you care to admit.
Listen to them lyrics. Not even just yoga. Her newest
I like yoga though.
prime time.
I put it on my workout mix.
I love it.
Prime time.
Prime time though.
The entirety of Cold War. Arc Android. There's a lot there that's really about just owning your womanhood and owning your own identity and doing whatever the fuck
But
you
just
want to
because
do
she's
with
wearing a
yourself.
bow tie, niggas is
It's
acting like
because
shit
it's
ain't
all
okay.
about the aesthetic. People do not listen to lyrics. All they see was like, oh, I see that she's wearing a shirt that's buttoned up to her neck. So clearly she's, against the whole sex sells and being sexual thing. Although, arguably, if you were to play devil's advocate, why not be able to do both? Why not be both?
And
Kind of like how
and
people
that's
do
the thing.
Outkast.
She's both.
That's
And,
kind of like how people do Outkast, especially Android 3 stacks. People
All right.
do that shit so much.
So I have an unpopular opinion. And as I get older,
Please don't
older-
let it be about Outkast, nigga. You about to get me killed.
Oh,
you know I live
Oh, no, I
down
love
here.
Outkast. No. It's not like that. I love Outkast.
Okay, I'm about to say, please.
Here's my unpopular opinion.
Okay, I
There's
can't.
an opinion of at LJ90.
You about to,
Him. Yeah,
Here's my
those
unpopular
direct
opinion.
Twitter DMs to at
This
LJ90.
get that nigga, not this nigga, that nigga.
All right.
Go
So
ahead.
here's the unpopular opinion. Speakerbox is better than The Love Below, and Big Boy kind of washed Andre on the entirety of the Aquemini album. Those are my two unpopular opinions. 'Cause
I don't know the speaker boxes. I don't know. I feel like I need to go back and listen to it because when it came out, I was in a different mind frame than I am today. I feel like I need to go back and listen to the whole thing.
3000's aesthetic is why people tend to try to position him as better than Big Boy, because Big Boy is more hood.
They're both amazing, and they both do what they do very well.
Right.
But with The Love Below, that was an experiment, and I'm not going to say it was a failed experiment, but you can tell he was trying a lot of new, different things to like sort of find what his new sound was. Speakerbox is way more contained, compact. Big Boy knew
Classic.
what to do, and it just flows. So
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it.
Yeah, that was like,
I
They're
will
both great
report my
albums.
findings.
Like, I'm not going to say Love Below is trash. They're both great albums. I personally enjoy Speakerbox more, especially as I get older and I can like start to appreciate music more because it sounds like a complete project and not just an experiment of trying to find out what I want to do next. And then just go back and listen to Aquemini. Big Boy destroys like that entire album. Spodioti, Dopalicious.
Oh, that's my
Dog. Andre kills it, and then Big Boy comes out there, and then the people at the postal service ain't call you back because you had cloudy
piss.
Now
Yeah.
you back in the trap. Trapped. Going to marinate on that. It's perfect.
You know what?
gotta listen to some Outkast.
Like,
I'm gonna download all this shit all over again, cause you know what?
I'm
do
so
like
glad.
Big Boy's verse on Spodioti way better than Andre 3000.
And that's the thing. Andre's verse on Spodioti is a classic verse. Like that whole, she walked in smelling sweeter than a plate of yams with neck bones and extra syrup. I was like, oh damn, yes, I know that. I know that feeling.
They spoke to your experience.
Smoother than a stallion on skates, man, bruh.
That spoke to my FAMU experience. Like, I feel you can say you enjoy Big Boy versus better without saying Andre is trash. And like when you get into a lot of these debates with people, they say, "Oh, you think Andre trash?" No, Andre is one of my favorite MCs. I just think on these songs, Big Boy watched him, and that's okay.
Well, everybody's so
okay.
extreme now because every time you say you don't like something, that means automatically like you are putting down that person. You hate that person, like the bass stands, all the bass stands. Like I like Beyonce, but there are certain songs I don't like.
Kind of like how they do her and her sister.
Yeah.
And
why can't you like both of them?
Great at music. Like, oh, what's that one Salon song? Not Sandcastles, which is also a great song. Crap. If Tiffany wasn't busy, I would actually call her in here because she knows exactly what song I'm thinking of. It's not Sandcastles.
What album is it on?
It's on the album with Sandcastles, but I can't remember the name of the song. Like, I have the video in my head.
I Decided?
No. Also good, though. Damn it. Video, they're in like South Africa. We're not
Losing You.
Thank you. That's the one. That's the one.
I love that song. I bump that shit all the time. And that's what and the crazy thing about how people try to pit them against each other is Solange is basically like, yeah, don't fucking do that.
She's like, I don't care.
Sisters,
My sister.
like,
she said, and I quote, hold on, I'm about to find this shit. Basically, don't try to use me to hate my sister. You can kiss both our asses. That's basically what she said.
Yeah, and it's, you know what it is? It's a lot of posturing. People, like I said, they attach politics to people that aren't necessarily there because they're trying to posture and say, oh, I'm different. I don't like what everyone else likes. I like this niche thing over here, so I'm better.
That's
and
the whole hipster
fits
thing.
My agenda.
That's the whole hipster thing. I don't want to be mainstream, so I'm going to like this other thing. Whether or not I actually like it or not is irrelevant. I'm just going to say I do because...
Superficial-like.
Because now I'm better than you because I am not into the mainstream because I'm intellectual.
And see, and then black hipsters or alternative black people have this other layer of a lot of them. I'm not gonna say all of them. I got picked on for liking so and so fuck all this other nigga shit because I'm different and that makes me better than y'all. They have this, I was picked on because I was different, so I'm gonna hate everybody else that isn't different for the rest of my life, as if blackness isn't different in and of itself in this society. But let me shut up.
So a lot of fuckboy behavior starts with, this happened in high school and I never let it go.
Basically,
yeah,
that's what it is. It starts with, well, black girls treated me badly in high school and white girls accepted me, so fuck black women. Wait,
that's
what?
That's how you get Alex L.
But you're like 30 now. Like, I feel like after a certain point, if it happened in homeroom, you gotta let it go.
Look,
like, you can't still be holding on to homeroom when you like 30.
The statute of limitations for that shit is 2 semesters after college. After that, get over it.
I'll give you maybe
your freshman year of college, and that's all I'll give you.
I'll give it to you out of college, because you're still, you know.
Nah. By second semester, sophomore year, your ass should have carved you a corner in your college to where that shit don't even matter anymore. If you haven't, get over it.
And that's what a lot of it is. A lot of it is just you never let go of that hurt. Like Michael Eric Dyson has been holding on to this hurt for a while. You see how I looped it all back to the beginning? We call that a reverse segue.
Well, see, that's the problem of holding it in. He held it in because, I mean, let's not forget, Cornel West was being an asshole to a lot of people. Like, not just Obama, but Melissa Harris Perry, Michael Eric Dyson, basically anyone who disagreed with him was awful, horrible, terrible, not really black or not really dedicated to the cause. He was the only one who knew what people needed to do. And so, really, this is a problem of you were hurt, you held it in, you couldn't say anything, and so now it all has just exploded out in, just a violent, kind of terrible moment, except it's Michael Eric Dyson, so he just wrote 10,000 words instead of, getting on Twitter and posting angry videos, yelling in the camera on YouTube. He couldn't do that, so we get a 10,000 word essay about everything that's terrible about Cornel West.
So other possible Cornel West solutions, he could take a page out of Erykah Badu's book and just tweet Michael Eric Dyson with his location on and just say, do we have a problem? That's always an option.
I feel like he just falls into the thing that a lot of people fall into, and I feel like it's just generational. When folks get older, they get a little crotchety, and they start to feeling some type of way about everybody else.
See, personally, I'm just happy to see that academics are just as petty as everybody else. Like, nobody is above.
Academics are more petty.
Because they'll write a fucking
the petty
piece
guy.
about you. Norman niggas ain't gonna write no fake piece about you. Norman niggas ain't. You either gonna get a passionate ass, one big ass block of text Facebook status, or you gonna get a fucking think piece. Or maybe even both. Or even a storify of your tweets. Because a lot of niggas, not only do they just tweet nowadays, they gonna storify it so your ass can read that shit in a straight line to show why they are mad at you. With trigger warnings. With trigger warnings.
So hold on. There we go. I was looking for this. So the other thing that happened after this, Dr. Boyce Watkins, does he have a doctorate? No, whatever. It says doctor in his name.
Honorary, maybe.
Everyone's a doctor these days.
He's about
Fair
as
enough.
a doctor as Dre is.
Dr. Dre, the only doctor we acknowledge is Dre. I can't wait for Straight Outta Compton. That movie's going to be
Dre
so
too.
flames.
I'm sorry. He hits women. Fuck him too.
Oh yeah,
Damn it.
Women too?
Huge woman abuser.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And I keep.
no.
See, here's the thing.
Doggone
I
it.
keep
Why are you
forgetting.
telling me this?
I keep forgetting he beats women. I know that is a horrible thing to say. That is a
Because
horrible
no one
thing to
talks
say.
about it.
That's the thing. No one keeps bringing it up. Like
He's
with R.
not
Kelly,
Chris
I keep
Brown.
bringing it up.
Yeah.
Woody Allen, you keep bringing it up. Roman Polanski, you keep bringing it up. No one brings up the
Chris
fact
Brown.
that Dr. Dre.
Well, that's the
has
same thing
beaten multiple
like
women.
with Terrence Howard. It's just like, well, Terrence Howard is on because they're going to bring back Columbus Short because Columbus Short's supposed to be on Empire.
Honey, they won't even let Terrence Howard forget that Baby White's quote. That nigga gets no country.
No country for Terrence Howard.
Just because he's Terrence Howard.
Well, I mean, there's quite a few people who have some domestic violence histories floating around here in the Hollywoods and whatnot.
Like,
But
how
that's
hard
like
is it to.
Floyd Mayweather. I'm like,
There's a lot of reasons to dislike Floyd Mayweather.
Like, how hard is it to not beat women? Like, is it really that hard to not beat women? Oh, and the Floyd Mayweather fight is coming up soon. Floyd Mayweather is going to fight Manny Pacquiao next week, which means, of course, all of
I was
these
just here
people.
for the memes.
it's
When you
about to
talk
get
about Floyd
racist.
Mayweather, when you talk about, well, yeah, it's boxing, so there's a lot of racism
Yeah.
that's about to come out. But also, when people talk about Floyd Mayweather, the majority of people can't seem to defend Floyd Mayweather without sweeping under the rug the fact that he's a womanizer, abuser, and all of his like horrible flaws. They just say, well, why do you hate the black excellence that is Floyd Mayweather? Easily, he beats women, and he's kind of a shitty human. Like, I can say,
Like, he can box good. We ain't talking about the boxing.
yeah, I'm saying he's a shitty human.
Yeah.
He's just a terrible
And
person.
depending on the person, one of these is probably worse than the other.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, people still watching the fight. Like,
Hell yeah. People still walk around with beats everywhere. I'm sick of seeing them shits in general, but whatever.
See, now every time
That's
I see
because they're
now,
just not that good at headphones.
there's that.
Yeah.
Skull Candy, or there's so
Skull
many.
Candy.
other
prestige pricing did not hurt Beats.
Exactly.
There you go!
Did not hurt
There
Beats.
you go! Bro,
See, look,
reverse
it's
segue.
all about the marketing.
Reverse segue.
I need to be the new CEO of Tidal because
You do.
you know
They
You
did
did.
let go of their other
This
CEO.
title in every music.
I bought, what are these?
These
I bought these Panasonic headphones from Phyllis Paratus for like $15, and that I thought was pricey.
I tell you where my headphones came from, but they're not my sponsor.
exactly.
Wow.
When they sponsor the
Give us
show,
money.
they'll tell you.
Exactly. We got to get there,
Give us
though.
money.
We got to get there.
We mentioned
Oh.
Skull Candy, and I got Skull Candies in. Pay me money. Pay
Hilarious.
me money.
I don't even know if people. I don't even know if Phyllis Paratus is outside of Texas. I don't even know.
I ain't never heard of.
It's
All right.
like, yeah, nobody knows.
We're coming up on the final 15, so I'm looking at these articles. Oh no, we have to talk about Batfleck. We have to. We have to
Oh.
talk about.
Yes,
We gotta
we have
talk
to
about what?
Batfleck.
Ben Affleck.
Oh my
The
god.
whitewashing.
Whitewashing.
The literal whitewashing.
I ain't here for this big name.
So Ben Affleck.
Yes.
PBS, it's PBS, right? PBS has a show where they find famous people and they go into their history and they say, "Oh, look, this is who you were related to, and this is who you descend from." And Ben Affleck, like most white people in America, descended from people who owned slaves. It's kind of
No.
American history. If you, spoiler alert, if you're white in America, there's a 50% chance you descended from slave owners.
Or
Now,
slave
Justin,
overseers. Or people who benefit from
there were
slavery.
plenty of Americans who didn't own slaves.
Because they couldn't afford them.
Slave catchers.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Either you owned them,
True.
you caught them, or you killed them.
Or you was running the blocks. You was doing look. It was a whole lot of profit to be made from various stages of the business cycle. I know business model. I have a degree in business. There's more than just the bottom tier ownership. There's a whole lot of other stuff that goes along. There's some coordination. You got some PR going on. You got to have some security.
No, not PR.
Someone's got to pass out flyers for the next slave auction.
There's a slave auction coming up on the 3rd. Who down? Like, here's the pricing.
I know.
Like, we got.
My family just worked collecting taxes for the U.S. government since we got here. Yeah, it's one of the things they collected taxes on? Slaves who came into this country. Guess what? It's all blood money. It's all blood money.
It's kind of
like the machine.
It's kind of like the story I was reading yesterday about how this they're starting to try old German people who worked for the Nazis. They didn't necessarily stuff motherfuckers in gas chambers, shoot them down, or spit on them or nothing, but this guy, the guy I was reading about, he was in charge of basically doing inventory of the shit they took from Jews when they sent them to the camps.
Oh, what's the defense they all used? The Goebbels defense, right? I was just following orders. Maybe your orders were shitty. Maybe we're punishing you for the shitty orders you followed.
Like, basically, if a prisoner came in with like a watch or something, he took record that they had a watch and took that watch from them.
But if they were like, of course, because Nazis always resonates deeper with people.
Yes.
Arguably, also with that, nowadays, if you said somebody had like Nazi like some of the stuff that they took, if you have any of that stuff, they take it back from you. Like, you don't get to keep it, even though it was a long time ago and a lot of those people are dead. They still take it back.
Yeah,
you don't get to keep it, and you might get prosecuted for war crimes for having it.
Exactly. You better burn that shit.
That's a different country.
So,
yes, now forget about Jim Crow.
Correction to make. Losing You is from the Solange album. Tiff just came here and corrected me.
I was going to say, why did I correct you? I knew better.
All the songs I was listing were from the first album years ago. So that's the correction I had to make. And also, Kobe Bryant playlist while he was trying to get Vanessa back. Dick, don't fail me now, because I got to turn Shorty out. So she don't want nobody else.
How did we go from... Never mind.
I'm not, you know what?
So, we talk about Ben Affleck because he tried to cover it up. He tried to say, hey, don't say the fact that...
Don't talk about that slave owning part.
Talk about my mama who marched with King and shit.
Yeah, let's talk about my mother who marched for civil rights, but let's not talk about the slavery ownership.
The fact that her great-grandpappy...
That would have been a great juxtaposition.
A full circle. It would have been like a whole transition. Like, you could have shown the transition, but nobody wants to touch that third rail and admit, because it's always somebody else's family. Because arguably no white person owns slaves, if you were to ask. No white person's family ever owned slaves.
Girl.
Ever.
There's a whole lot of plantations in Virginia.
Civil rights. No, that's the thing. Someone was out there protesting the school being desegregated. Someone was out there turning hoses on protesters, and yet everyone's grandparents and parents and great-grandparents supported civil rights and loved Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., except someone was doing it. There were people out there who were
have
against
pictures.
So what happened? Not to mention, when you go back and talk to your grandmother, if you bring any of your friends who aren't also white, you kind of warn them like, my grandmother's old. She's from another time. No. But suddenly, everyone loved Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Don't give me that crap.
And
you loved him so much, you shot him in the face.
And what makes it worse is that Henry Louis Gates, the black scholar behind the series, he tried to come out and cape for this fool after these emails were published, and here's part of the darn statement. Ultimately, I maintain editorial control on all my projects and with my producers decide what will make for the most compelling program. In the case of Mr. Affleck, we focused on what we felt was the most interesting aspects of his ancestry. Here are the most interesting aspects. A revolutionary, I'm not done. A revolutionary war ancestor, a third great-grandfather who was an occult enthusiast, and his mother who watched for civil rights during the Freedom Summer of 1964.
Wait a second. Henry Louis Gates.
Yes,
Wasn't
sir.
he the one that the cop arrested in his own home?
Yep.
I believe so, yep.
That'd be the one.
That's
The
him.
one that had to have a beer with the cop that arrested him in his own home.
That'd be the one.
Yep.
That'd be the
Damn
one.
it, Henry. Look.
Black
I get why,
Hank, get it together, Hank.
I get why you did the beer summit. Obama's your boy. He said, look, man, just do me this solid. The shit will go away. You'll get a free beer out of it. Just look out for your boy. Look out for your boy. You don't have to cape for Ben Affleck. Because you can actually say, you know what? We were going to put the slavery thing in there because it would have been an awesome juxtaposition to show, yes, you did
But he
descend
didn't want
from
it in
slave
there.
owners, but you also descended from people who marched with Dr. King. That is American history, and that is very interesting to me as a nerd. Like, it is interesting that you can have people that own slaves and then their children say, yo, what my parents and grandparents were doing was wrong. I need to correct that. That is an interesting narrative.
Exactly.
And that is America's narrative.
And let's be serious. No one gives a fuck about the Revolutionary War. That was not interesting. That's not
Like, we can go all the way back to the Revolutionary War, but we can't go back to the antebellum.
No one
As
cares.
we've discussed, the middle of this country is A, full of people on welfare, and B, full of people who I'm certain just late night, they don't go on Cinemax, they don't surf the web, they go to the History Channel and just watch videos of World War II and Revolutionary War, and that is what gets them going. Like, no, honey, wait a second. I'll be in the bedroom in a minute, and they turn on a documentary about the Founding Fathers, and then they're ready to go. I feel certain that there are people today who are alive, who were conceived solely because the History Channel did a Founding Fathers special.
Folks love their history, but that's the thing. It's like you keep trying to erase it, and it's almost cute because you keep trying to erase it because now modern history, nobody owned slaves, nobody knew anybody that did any work with slavery, nobody protested against civil rights, everybody thought it was wrong, and everybody was down for the cause,
and everybody has a black friend.
And if that were true, much like Game of Thrones, you can't just decide that there are no more slaves and masters and then everything's okay. That's
nice
not
reference.
how that works.
Because Martin Luther King ended slavery.
Like, Khaleesi came in there like she was MLK. Like, boom! Like, change has come, a dream has been realized, and...
Bring me the milk and honeys.
There's still problems. There's still problems.
They looked around and said, cool, Khaleesi, now what? I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Exactly. And that's why
I'm
it
more
took
of a
100
big
years
picture
after
person.
slavery to get to vote. Like,
I'm more big picture. I'm not a detail person. I'm big picture. Everyone's free. I kind of thought you all would sort the middle part out.
yeah.
See, that's how we end up with
No
title.
killing each other.
That's how we end up with title.
each other.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And that's people.
and then you also have movements within certain states to whitewash the history of slavery. It wasn't slavery. It was, what is Texas trying to call it?
Transatlantic trade. They shot that down. It's gonna come up again though.
Stop that.
But they shot it down. Like,
or triangle trade, which is also bullshit.
But see, here's the thing you have to say about the triangular trade, because I learned about the triangular trade, but I also learned that in the triangular trade was sugar and slaves.
It was a triangle trade of slaves from Africa
To the Caribbean,
to the
South America, to here, and back. And they would pick up sugar from the Caribbean and stuff, and they bring it, and then they get some like cotton and some tobacco, and then take it to Europe, and then they like, look.
Well, that's actually part of the problem with the triangle trade. There wasn't nearly as significant a number of exports, especially early on, from the New World back to Europe in particular, as we like to make it seem, nor necessarily as much from Europe to Africa as people like to make it sound like. It was mainly taking slaves to the New World. That was really what they were doing. They might happen to bring some other stuff back for trade, but that's not how this all got started. Like,
hell, aren't there still
it was
companies?
slaves.
Are there still companies that exist now that used to insure slaves back then?
Rockefeller.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, come on.
But nobody ever had anything to do with slavery or Jim Crow or anything like that because everybody thinks that it's wrong except for the people who are still in the Klan. Because that's the what we want to hold up as the the Klansmen. Well, yes, that's a small fraction of people who were against. If it were that small of a fraction, it would not have taken 100 years just to get to vote.
No, just to get the vote on paper and then time out. No, I have to find this because someone on Fox News actually unironically said we should have a literacy test. Hold on, I have to find this.
Oh, I did hear about that because apparently the people voting aren't smart enough.
They want to bring back.
Here's my thing. If you don't think I'm smart enough to vote to take a literacy test, and you don't think I'm smart enough to give you money and taxes to supplement this government.
Right.
You don't get to take
that's
money.
how,
I ain't smart enough to pay student loans either.
No, that's how Republicans sell their losing. That it's not that people disagreed with our ideas, because our ideas are freedom, liberty, America, and wonderfulness. It's that, the people who aren't socialists and communists who voted against us, they're just low information voters. They just haven't done enough research or just aren't intelligent enough. Because if they really knew the issues, they would vote for us. They don't have principled disagreement. They didn't dislike our candidate. They just don't know enough or know any better. That condescension.
Yes, we're looking out for you, really.
Ah, crap. All right, it was Ann Coulter, so I'm not as amused as I was before. I thought it was one of the
royally
anchors.
pissed.
It was Ann Coulter. I don't care.
That's fuck her.
Ann Coulter doesn't get me angry anymore. I realize that's her game. Her game is I'll say things to get you angry. I'm not even. I was hopeful. I thought it was like one of the nameless Fox anchors that said maybe we should have the literacy test. I was like, yes. It's just Ann Coulter.
It's just Ann Coulter. It's just Ann being Ann, playing both sides, getting her book sold. The sad thing is the people who publicize these types of ideas, they don't even believe it as wholeheartedly as they purport to. But
I still believe the Boondocks theory.
Yes, but they know that people are crazy enough on the fringes to really buy into all this passionate drivel that they're spilling. And so they play to that audience, and people just eat it on up. Just eat it on up. And it's so sad.
Well, when you don't know nobody,
Well, that means that they shouldn't get to vote then. Need a literacy test.
Well, see, and that's why.
But America.
That's why. That's the one thing I'm actually looking forward to for this election cycle. It's going to be really funny when all these Republican candidates try to say we're for you while simultaneously saying, but it should be harder for you to vote.
Basically.
We love you, but I just don't think you should have all the voting rights that the people that always vote for me should have.
Well, that's the thing that could actually mess them up, is that, honestly, there's almost no reason a Republican candidate should not win this election. We have had one party in control of the presidency for 8 years, and for a time period they had the majority in Congress. You know what happens after that? They vote everybody out and vote the new party in.
Yep.
You literally have to try to lose this election as the opposition party. But
it's been that way.
And they're going to try.
Do their damnedest.
It's been that way since the 80s. People get just like, well, we had the Bush and we leave Bush in there, and had Clinton, leave Clinton in there, had Bush again, leave Bush in there, and then I got Obama,
Well,
leave
no.
Obama in there.
First Bush was one of the few exceptions because they loved Reagan so much they voted Bush in. Well, then Bush lost to Clinton. Remember, a man from Arkansas who touted that they went from one of the worst educated states in the country to a slightly less terribly educated state in the country. That man won. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, that's how much we just like to switch gears. And so Reagan actually basically got Bush elected. And then Clinton stayed in office, and afterwards George W. Bush won, partly because Al Gore has no personality. But
well, he didn't so much win as the Supreme Court.
Party.
He
didn't so much win as the Supreme Court ran the clock out.
He was the president.
He won. He won the second time.
Yeah, he won the second time.
He was the president.
Because John Kerry also has no greatly discernible personality, and what is there is wholly unappealing. And then that's why Obama jumped in after Bush, because a Democrat was gonna win the election. It was just a question of who was gonna be the candidate.
Hillary.
And so now you see all the Republicans coming out, because unless they really try to fail, a Republican is gonna win. It's just a question of which one. Unless they pick, like,
Ted Cruz,
or Ben Carson. Like,
Rand
Paul would really lose it.
Stand with Rand.
Rand Paul would actually have a better chance because he's actually attempted to support the black vote, even if anyone who actually looks into his politics should realize that he's not what you think he is. Right. But he's at least given it a shot. And so Rand Paul would actually have a slightly better chance. It's just his own party won't pick him. Like, he can't get out of there because he's too much against the war and foreign conflicts that he won't get through his own party's nomination process. There's no chance.
Yeah.
Got Bobby Payush in there.
Oh, Payush isn't going to go anywhere.
What?
That's right. I'm working on calling them by their real names. Payush Jindal and Rafael Cruz.
That's right. Rafael Cruz. Rafael. So I want to, if they have a GOP primary near me, I kind of want to show up to start a Rafael chant. Rafael. Rafael.
If you go, they're going to put the camera on you because you're going to be like one of the 5 non-Caucasian people in the room, and they're going to find you, and they're going to do like they did when McCain and Palin were running. They had that same dude that kept putting on the camera, that one dude that I'm not entirely sure wasn't working a camera somewhere.
I'll have all the Cruz gear. I'll be like, yes, Rafael. Who's Rafael Cruz? Who's Rafael? That's Rafael. Rafael Cruz.
Rafael.
That's the only part, honestly, that appeals to me is when everyone at the inauguration learns his real name, as he has to give the oath of office. I, Rafael Cruz, do solemnly pledge. It's going to be great.
He's not going to roll it. No, he's not going to roll it. I guarantee he's not. No, he's
I'm
not
not positive. No, that's how it's said. That's the problem. Is if he was taught, if he was really taught Spanish, that's why they always flip like that, because to them that's how those words are pronounced, and so
true.
There's a chance he might roll.
No, but I can guarantee you he will fight the instinct to say it that way. He gonna say it like a Texan. He just gonna say Rafael. I'll guarantee you. He's not gonna give it all. He's not gonna give it all to Spanish. He's not gonna give it all to him. He can't. He already went this far the other way.
True.
Well, we've given you a quality hour. I feel like.
And we avoided most of the topics we'd initially picked out, which I'm happy about, because a lot of those were depressing. So
very much so.
The stuff we did.
It's exhausting, man. Goddamn, it's exhausting. Like,
we'll be depressing next week. Sometimes you gotta lighten it up.
Yes.
And we needed this week, especially after all the news that came out of Baltimore, the news that came out of Chicago, the news that came out of
Missouri. Folks,
Missouri, the news that came out of Tulsa.
Yeah.
Right.
So don't think that we don't know. Don't think that we don't care. Don't think that we aren't reading up on it. Don't think that we haven't discussed it, because we've done all those things. But frankly, we didn't. We naturally avoided it just because I think we're all so just beaten down in some ways by it that we just needed a break. And so we hope we've given you guys a break too, for at least a little bit, because that it's just that depressing.
Yeah. Yeah, now that we've hit that lovely note, as always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. You can always catch the audio of these shows on our website, 3FifsPodcast.com, 3FifsPodcast.com. You can catch the audio there. We'll be back same time next week, hopefully on time, Tuesdays, 9 p.m.
We'll see.
I was here.
And hopefully
Just wanna put
Google
that out
won't
there.
keep kicking me out, because for some reason it hates me.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that
me.
happened last time, didn't it? You got kicked out.
It did. Around this
Google
time.
doesn't want to see me prosper. 'Cause I'm
Also,
black.
check the website. We'll have to black it up at some point between now and next show. Give you guys something else to laugh at. And yeah, until next time,
Follow us
guys.
on Twitter, join the
Yeah.
site, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel, because we can start doing more cool stuff, taking advantage of more of YouTube's features. If you subscribe to us, I don't know where the button's at, but it's somewhere around here, and you should click
I
it.
think it's under us. If you're looking,
I thought it was.
if you're at YouTube, it's somewhere in this general vicinity. I don't know.
Yeah, like right around here.
We'll work on getting the whole chat thing worked out.
We're trying, y'all. We're
Yeah.
trying.
Yes.
New platform.
Use the hashtag 3FifsPod. Tweet at us at 3FifsPodcast, the number 3FifsPodcast, and we'll do our best to reply to you, to monitor the hashtag, but that's the best we can do as far as the live chat interaction stuff right now, because that's how YouTube rolls.
Right.
Yep.
So we're working with it. If you guys want to interact with us during the show, that's the best way to do it. Normally, we all have a TweetDeck column set up for that, so we'll see you guys talking about us.
Yeah. Please talk to us.
Yeah. Other than that, you guys have a great week. We'll see you guys Tuesday. Take care.
Here comes Facebook event.